Hello YouTube and welcome to another review, and this time we have AIRFIX's 132 World War II GURKHAS. This is a set that I've had in 172. I think I probably had about 2 or 3 boxes of them when I was a kid, and it's a great set and it's quite well detailed. The GURKHAS obviously were used by the British in World War II and prior to other wars prior to that, and afterwards, and we still retain their services now. In this period they were part of the British Indian Army, which basically was still under British control, and normally these regiments would have a British officer leading them. They'd always normally have a British officer leading them. Box art's pretty good. It gives you a good description of what's going on inside the box. It's quite accurate to what you get. As usual, you've got the nice picture of our chap there on the front saying actual size. Uniform's fairly accurate in the picture as well. I've got no problem with that. They've got the sort of Aussie style slouch hat. And yeah, there's a bit of action going on in there, so that's quite good box art there, so I'm quite happy with that. Usual gubbins on the side and everything like that. It's telling you about the paints, things like that. The only slight difference is on this one the figures are painted along there, which I've never noticed on the other ones. I'm sure they're just ordinary. I don't know whether you guys will be able to see that, but they've all painted on this one, so someone was busy. Let's have a look on the back. Yeah, I mean, the paint job doesn't do these justice, but it's enough to tell you what to expect and what these guys should look like. I've got no problem with the equipment and the uniform they're wearing. I think that's quite accurate. Certainly in my books it comes up accurate. And again, look all the way along here, every single figure is painted. Now this set, I'll tell you now, the original 132 AIRFIX set had a dead Gurkha in there, or wounded Gurkha lying on the floor. No base or anything, he's just lying down. With his kukri across his chest, the kukri being obviously this famous knife that they all carry, and that's not included in the more recent set, so this issue does not contain that guy. Obviously in the 172 sets you get a few more poses, and I think you do get the dead guy in there, so you know, you're missing one pose in this set, but really in truth you probably want more guys doing something than lying dead, but there you go. Yeah, aside from that, they look pretty darn good. But like I say, this is a cracking set, and I mean, I had this you know, when I was a kid, and I had about 2 or 3 boxes of these. They were so good. You know, and obviously the fearsome reputation they have with the kukri, and you know, in general, they're very ferocious fighters and very loyal. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the figures. So, let's move the box. So, this is our officer, so he would be British. Nice uniform, it's very relevant to what he should actually have. He's got his revolver out, so obviously he's in a heated bit of action here. Now with this set the figures are slightly smaller, because obviously the Gurkhas are a little bit smaller than you know, how Europeans would view, or whatever, Australasians, wherever you want to be, but they're slightly shorter than the Western guy. However, this guy should be British, so he should be of a reasonable height, but he's not. He's the same height as the rest of them. So if I put him next to our Australian, you can just see there he's slightly taller. So on that level, this one's probably just a little bit inaccurate. He should be, but he could be a short British guy, who knows, but slightly inaccurate. But they did get the size right for the in general, the soldiers. So staying with the officer, nice, and I like the colour. The colour's good. I felt the Australians are a bit too dark, same with the commandos, and the German paratroops are a bit dark, but this is a nice colour, and there he is with his socks rolled up, so it's quite a nice piece, and sets him apart from the other troops definitely. So you can tell he's an officer. Look at this Australian style slouch hat. Yeah, nice, not bad, very detailed, so quite happy with him. Next we have our guy firing the Lee Enfield. And again, there's good detail on these chaps. No problem with that. He's got his bayonet there. There's his kukri. Strappings easily seen, nice and crisp. The detail's really crisp on this, and you know, it helps by getting the right colour in the plastic as well. It's still brittle, but it's still quite, this one's quite tough. So that's nice, and he's got his chin strap coming down here on his slouch hat. But very nice. There's his ammunition pouches. Whether my camera's going a bit out of focus, there you go. Very nice. So next we have a guy, he's kind of just hunkering along there. He's got his kukri at the ready, and he's just carrying his sidearm, so he's getting in a bit of a stealthy position. Nice crisp detail again, which is really good. That's what we like. A little bit of a mould line on his face, but it is there, trust me. And there's his empty kukri sleeve, or sheath as I should say. Nice crisp detail on these figures, they're really good. Nothing wrong with these at all. So here we have our guy running to the front. Nicely Enfield, the bayonet's done well. It's the right thickness, it's just everything that's a lot better. Like I say, I'll keep mentioning the British paratroops till I'm blue in the face, but that's how you do the bayonet, not what we got with the paras. Nice detail, you can see his weapons pouches in there. Really good detail. And I'm sure I've already said this does transcend into 172, really exactly the same as this, except there's a lot more poses in the 172, and it's a really good set in 172, so I do advise getting it if, yeah. And he's moving, it shows him moving, so it's always difficult to create movement in a static object, but that works quite well, especially from the back. There's his kukri, and they used to shout, "Here come the Gurkhas," that was their shout. And here's our guy with his kukri at the ready, and he's saying, "Come on, here I come." And that's pretty good. Of course he's revealing himself to be shot, but we don't know the situation, so you can't really comment. There's his bayonet, empty kukri sheath, and yes, another fairly good one. There's nothing wrong with these figures. The detail is so crisp. Slouch hat, you can see the lines. No problem with these at all. And this is another really good one. He's actually better in 132 than he is in 172. He's got like a kind of commando hat. I think Plastic Soldier review, the 172 website, says it's a comforter. But I've just always thought it was some kind of commando hat, but it's quite nice. Model numbers there, 19. And you know, there's a good bit of detail on the underside, so that is quite good. You know, a lot of these crawling guys AIRFIX did. I mean, look at the detail there, it's really good. There's nothing underneath, but this guy's got a bit of detail about him. Socks and everything, his boots, and the bayonet is done really well. Kukri, water bottle. And it's just an ordinary Enfield. Not that great of an Enfield, but it's there. But yeah, he's really good. Yeah, one of the better ones. Now here we have this guy's obviously saying stay back, somebody's there. He's got his kukri at the ready, probably just about to bump off a guard. Really good as well. Nice detail in this. So loving this set. It's a really good set. Checked a pin mark, but nothing to worry about. Canteen. Kukri sheath didn't quite come off here just because of the mold line, but it's there. Bayonet. So like I say, I mean, even though it's hot and everything, they've put on equipment on these. I still never understand that British infantry set, so you know, I'm going on about it again. There we go. Another good pose. Now that guy is moving. I think we can see that. That's really good. And there again, let's get that kukri in there, and they've done it. Lovely detail. And the type of plastic you use, the colour of it matters, because you know, you can see so much more. And really nice slouch hat. That's really good. Liking these. And as well, you know, we've got a lot of poses in this set, which is another bonus. Sten, and that is a Sten, no mistaking. I think that's supposed to be the magazine, but it hasn't sort of come out very well. That might just be in the factory, but definitely a Sten. Another nice pose. Kukri, as always, very good. Now this chap, I've never been quite sure on what he was ever doing. I I kind of liked him, but I was never sure, has he been injured or is he just putting his hand there? So it was always a very strange one, that one. Answers on a postcard, if you know. I think I always had him down as being injured when I was a kid, but he might not be, he might just be tugging on his strap or something like that. I mean, who knows? But again, it's nicely done. Old kukri, and there it is for all its glory. Yeah, another nice figure. So I'm quite liking this set. I'd already nailed my colours to the mast with the Australian set, but you know, this set's pretty good. Right, here he is, our famous, I don't think I've done the Brenner. Let's have a look at him. This is the first time I've seen the Bren with the GURKHAS for a long time. Really nice. Again, with the Bren, it's just a good gun because it gives AIRFIX so many possibilities for poses. Because you can just put it in any position you want and it doesn't look like Rambo. Great, there's his kukri. No sidearm. So he's got the Bren. The GURKHAS do love the Bren as well. Okay. Tough old chaps. Well, that's not bad. Again, it's a little bit blocky. It's like the British paratrooper one. So probably the Australian one is winning it so far, and the British infantry Bren. That one's more like the British paratroop one, but it's like I say, the figure is good. So many poses with this set. I've just got to a little bit awry with his shorts in there, but still, this is another cracking pose. Standard sort of army pose for AIRFIX, but still quality's there. And he's looking down that sight, picking his man. Yeah, that's another good one. And like I say, so many poses with this set. It's actually a longer review than I thought because of the amount of poses. So. And there's another chap, he's just crawling along, ready to take somebody out with his kukri. Let's have a look underneath this chap. Injector pin mark there, but look at the detail. Lots of detail there. So they've left no stone unturned with these. It's a really good set. I've enjoyed reviewing this set because. So I'm just going to count how many poses did we get. So I've got one guy over, which is him. So in terms of 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So yeah, we get 13 different poses. So excellent. Well, I hope you enjoyed that review. I know I did, and I'm running out of battery, so I'm going to call it quits here. But thank you for watching again, and I picked this up, I think it was about £6 on Amazon, so not a bad price, and it's a set well worth having, no doubt about it. So pick it up, it's a good set, and I've got another review to do, and I'll see you soon. Bye.